When I turned 30, I decided I wanted to do 30 pull-ups in a row to symbolize my age. Cause in the past, I've never really been the fit guy. I did 24 slow-paced pull-ups. Now I am 31 years old. And this last week, I decided to try again before that number increases just a bit too much. Someone commented before that I was doing the pull-ups very slowly, and that was holding my reps back, and they were actually right. Doing slow pull-ups always fatigued my wrists and shoulders before I could even achieve anywhere near the 30 rep mark. This became even more real to me when I researched world record holders and calisthenic competitors. People who do 30, 50, 100 pull-ups in a row, if you can believe it. The way these athletes achieve more repetitions without affecting their form is by decreasing the time spent in each repetition. They do this to save energy. This way, the pull-up needs to be done explosively on the way up and less time needs to be spent on the way down. Doing slow pull-ups, like the ones I was doing before, benefits the mind-muscle connection sought by bodybuilders, for example, and by those most interested in muscle growth, but not so much for reps. So that's why I incorporated this explosive nature onto my pull-ups technique. That's when I found this video. It's from this guy doing 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups, and I noticed something. Noticed his hands. It turns out that another factor that saves energy is this slight shift of weight on the wrists at the top of the bar. At the peak of each repetition, the wrists bounce slight forward and return to the same place. I even confirmed this information by following some recent tips from a Russian channel called Calisthenics. He gives really good tips here. In addition to this wrist transition, he also warns about the importance of keeping the scapulas engaged at all times. He also talks about the importance of breathing on each repetition. So, with all that in mind, I made the following attempt. That was impressive to me. I mean, I increased 5 reps and reached 29 pull-ups in a row. But still, it felt like my limit and I couldn't do 31 reps. 2 more reps may not seem like much, but when you're at the end of the line, they can weigh more than the world. So this is when I realized that it wasn't enough to just save energy. I had to get stronger as well. I thought it like this: the top tier athletes that are very good at pull-ups don't just do a lot of pull-ups all the time. They do stuff much more difficult than that, like muscle-ups and human flex. So much that the common pull-up is something that became easy to them. Similar to what Dragon Ball characters would do when wearing heavier clothes and then they would take it out when it's time to fight. I came across 2 techniques used by competitors and, crazy people around the world. The first technique is to do pull-ups with extra weight, which is something I actually already have experience doing. But the difference now is that, contrary to what I'm used to, these guys aim at a high volume of reps. Now, the idea here is not to increase the weight too much to the point of damaging the form, as most people do. What I wanted was to use a heavy enough load to generate more stimulus than the average pull-up. So this is how I structured my training. A warm-up set with 10 repetitions with no weight, then the second set with an extra 10 pounds or so for 15 to 20 reps, a third set with 22 pounds or so for 12 to 15 repetitions, and then a fourth set with 45 pounds for 8 to 12 repetitions, and finally a finishing set with no weight for 10 reps. The second technique used by international athletes to train for more reps is to strengthen weak body parts and to correct muscle imbalances. For example, the grip strength is usually the first thing to fatigue when doing high volume pull-ups. So doing pull-ups with pauses can give you more endurance in that regard. It may also be a good idea to have unilateral progressions so that each side is exercised equally. What I did was to use one-arm pull-ups progressions, as much as I could, like the typewriter pull-ups, which I did quite a lot. Another good idea is to aim at different grip distances. And after all this training, in which I did over 100 pull-ups a day for a week, it was time to try again. And that's when this happened. Boy, I was happy here. I am definitely not what I was like when I was younger, cause I am much better now. I try to learn new skills every week on this channel, so subscribe and leave a like if you can to receive more content like this. Bye bye!